stop the route. The pass went to the corner. So second down and goal for Kentucky. Last winning season was 2009. And the last time they beat a ranked team was 2010. Kentucky is yet to win a road game this year, and the final two games will be away from Lexington. Nowhere to go for Michael Horton. Over in front by Georgia. And that's still another goal. Jeremy Pruitt, first year taking for Todd Franklin, was now in Louisville. And this guy can coach. He don't turn the floor, speeds defense. Around last year, they had some really good players who were drafted high, but he would like to do that. He was in Alabama from 2010 to 2012. When you were at Georgia camp, as that pass is thrown, the open touchdown to Jacobs Order. But just defensively, while you were at camp, I know there's some things you saw defensively that concerned you about Georgia. They've been able to mask a lot of that until last week against Florida.
Yeah, it was really the secondary. I mean, I talked to Jerry Pruitt at camp, and his concern was the secondary. Didn't have a whole lot of experience back there. He's been a part of some really phenomenal secondaries, as you mentioned, Alabama, Florida State, the talent level that they have at those two schools. They don't have that talent here in Georgia. And then on top of that, you try to teach a new system, a system that's pretty complicated, and I matching different routes and playing that style of defense that Nick Saban likes to play. But certainly they've gotten better as years go on.
Georgia 63-31 over Kentucky.
Well, if Mondays is boring and Tuesdays are too slow, if Wednesdays leave you snoring, there's something you should know. Thursdays are like nuts, if Friday morning fast enough, there's a secret that's priceless. To finding a little more love, it only takes 4 quarters to brighten up a day. Just a dollar for coffee or hash browns, chase a routine moves away.
You know how fast you're going?
About 55.
Where are you headed at such appropriate speed?
Across the country to enhance the nation's most reliable 4G LTE network. How's it working for you?
Better than ever, altitude.
Added cell sites, increased capacity.
And your point is...
See if you download music, games, and directions for the road.
Yellow tape is kind of like...
Oh, that's Charlie.
You ever put pepper spray on your burrito? I like it spicy, but not like, spicy.
You always like this.
AT&T, the nation's most reliable 4G LTE network.
At Jared, I'm known as the perfectionist. To me, isn't good enough, and is better. But no, it's your engagement that this is my map. With up to 10,000 loose diamonds and our amazing settings, I will help you create a one-of-a-kind ring that can only be described as, what's the word I'm looking for? Perfect. That's the word. Followed by one more. And that's why you need to Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry.
Michigan State, tonight, 8 Eastern, ABC.
It's time to go. I'm going to get on the team.
Reese Davis with you. You can keep asking, how does Duke do it? Tied at 10 with Syracuse in the fourth quarter. Blue Devils backed them up. Davis and Crowder took the punt and took it from 52 and housed it. And one of the one-loss teams, the lowest ranked one-loss team, now has the lead, and they're back in the red zone trying to put the orange away. It's 17-10. You can see it on Watch ESPN. On left, Georgia 20.
And welcome back to Lexington, Kentucky, where it's all Georgia 63-31. Kentucky scored a touchdown, but the problem is they have to kick it to Isaiah McKenzie again. They tried to keep it away from him a couple times. He's got a kick return for a score, a punt return for a score. He wants it here. He'll field it at the 20. And Showed some power that time, up to the 44-yard line. But a true freshman has had himself the day. It started from the opening kickoff. A 90-yard touchdown. Look at him though on the punt return. He gets touched twice. And turns to left field with a score.
Weaves his way through traffic here. And look at the speed to finish.
And then speaking of speed, Louisville trying to outrun the children before the almost takes one out. As Luke's doing some recruiting of his own, looking for the next generation of superstar here in Lexington.
Did you see me almost take out that little miniature Wildcat?
He was able to lose.
A lesser athlete would have gone down, I'll let you know that right now. Those were all the kids for Kentucky's coaching staff, guys. And when they get off the bus here, they all bring their kids out and they just let them run around and have a good time. I think a lot of it, this profession can consume you. I think get you to realize the important things sometimes. And so the Sky Cam was out here, and all of a sudden the coaches said, well, we got to get one of these in our backyard. We'll just hook it up and we'll keep the kids busy all day. Well, it was a neat moment. I can remember the son of a college coach doing the exact same thing at Arizona State University. So, neat moment for those kids. I think a little bit of the family atmosphere. And you see this with Bob Stoops, you see it with Mike Stoops, you see it with now Mark Stoops. That's a big part of staff camaraderie.
Well, given the fact that you're really still a child, too, it was a perfect fit for you to be out there with the young ones. Although they may have to stop having that game as you almost injured one of their children. Thankfully, you still have some moves, so you're able to avoid running over the 8-year-old.
Wow.
I'm not Brian Greasy.
That was impressive high knees with the boots on.
It was. I dug a couple. My Crocs gave a couple of divots. And about the 40-yard line is Dave Paz is doing his best Marvin Albert impersonation.
Got an injured Kentucky player down on the field. It's Christian Coleman shaken up. People have heard enough about Louisville's boots. Let's check out what people really care about. The college football playoff ranking brought to you by Capital One. Mississippi State taking on UT Martin today on SEC Network. Florida State in prime time against Virginia at 6:30. Oregon, Utah at 10 on ESPN. And then you see at the bottom there, Michigan State, Ohio State, Arizona State, Notre Dame, both on ABC. So obviously matchups with big playoff implications today and tonight.
Yeah, that TCU Kansas State game is the one I'm most excited to watch. Two completely different ways of playing football. One is up-tempo, fast, offensive explosion, and then you have Kansas State, which we know their recipe for success. Don't make mistakes and hold on to football.
You picked Kansas State to win.
I did.
Do you think they'll be a playoff team? They still got tough road games.
Yeah, they got the long road to Morgantown, West Virginia, which is a game that will be very difficult, and then at Baylor, and we see what Baylor can today over at home. So I'm not ready to say that they're going to win the rest of their games. I just think in this matchup today against TCU that they will come out on top.
Still working on Coleman before he gets to his feet. Let's see if we can tell what happened to the young man.
Here he is right here. Comes in head first, and hopefully it's a good sign to see you walking off.
We'll see how Georgia handles this possession now. They've given Bryce Ramsey a series. He threw a touchdown pass, a little hit off with 2 Kentucky players. Or did they just say, we're done, we're just going to run the ball, take a knee or whatever, and then the ball game?
I think he take a knee here, but here's, I really like the way that Mike Bogle called the series that Bryce Ramsey was in. That he called his own offense, he threw the football. You need to get some reps for the young redshirt freshman quarterbacks who didn't just turn around and hand the ball off, but Mike Bogle understands that he's trying to develop his young quarterback, and the only way to do that is let him throw the ball.
There to throw Ramsey, and it's complete. Ramsey getting a little work, but Tibbs on the catch. It's a first down. We talked about the SEC West. You mentioned Mississippi State, Alabama coming up. Mississippi State has already beaten Auburn. Here are the ranking schedules for the 3. Auburn has A&M today, Alabama tonight at LSU. Look at them last week. Thanksgiving. Alabama, Auburn, Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
past. And, you know, you think about that schedule in the context of the Heisman Trophy of Mississippi State with Dak Prescott, opportunities at Alabama and at Ole Miss, and then you look at Nick Marshall at Auburn, you look at Alabama and Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper may have the most potential upside, right? Playing against LSU in prime time, and then the game against Mississippi State and finishing out against Auburn. If he goes off in those 3 games, Amari Cooper might be in the conversation.
Blake Kemper deserves a lot of credit for what he's done as the offensive coordinator. Blake Sims, who's had a terrific season at quarterback. Everybody thought it was going to be Jay Cooper going into the year. We had the first game of the year. We thought it still might be Jay Cooper at some point, even in that game. But Blake Sims won that game. He's been terrific all year for Alabama. Final seconds here in Lexington. And Douglas has a first down applied off the stop to move the chains. And then Georgia will probably just let it run out as the Bulldogs improve to 7-2, 5-2 in the SEC. They're a game back of Missouri, but remember they beat the Tigers, and Missouri still has 3 games left in the SEC. At A&M, at Tennessee, and against Arkansas. A series record for points scored today by Georgia. And the Bulldogs started it early with a kick return for a touchdown in the opening moments. Here's Tom.
Well, Coach, this is the type of bounce-back performance you want to see from your team. How do you describe that performance in all 3 phases of the game today?
It was a good day, no doubt. I especially liked how we started each half. First half, we got it going, got a lot of emotion going. And, you know, our third quarter really hadn't been that productive all year. This is the best third quarter performance we've had all year. So we tried to start each half fast, and they did that.
Getting Sonny Michel back today, kept the fresh legs for Nick Chubb. Next week, you get Todd Gurley back. What does that mean for your offense?
Well, right now it's not about Todd. Todd's a great kid. We love him. But it's about Georgia, and I'm really proud of how we played today. All right, good. Coach, thanks. All right, thank you.
And the final score is 63-31, a season high in total offense, 559 yards for the Georgia Bulldogs. Tom Luganville, Ryan Greasy, our entire crew, I'm Dave Pash. College football scoreboard presented by Honda is coming up next. So long from Lexington. Now back to the studio.
Georgia takes care of Kentucky, but now a clash of one-loss teams. Everett Golson and Notre Dame going into the desert to take on Arizona State. De facto elimination game, barring 2-loss chaos. Winner of this game will stay in consideration. The abbreviated version of the college football scoreboard, one-loss Baylor on the road against Oklahoma, one of 3-1 loss teams going into tough places to play against 2-loss opponents. Sterling Shepard unable to go for the Sooners. And early on, Trevor Knight in Oklahoma dominating this game. Mark, wait a minute, why didn't move? Ronaldo Nehemiah F. Edward Moses even for Trevor Knight. He set up a touchdown. He would find Micaiah Quick.
A terrific job of protection right here. Quick does an outstanding job going over the defender, bringing it in for the touchdown.
Oklahoma up 7-3. They have a 14-3 lead. Bryce Petty and Corey Coleman.
I would triple cover that young man. Double cover two aren't enough.
Now, here's where the game turned. The ensuing possession on a 2nd and 18. Trevor Knight fired it right into the belly of Bryce Hager. His first interception. And he took it back to the 1-yard line. Baylor would turn it into a touchdown. And then in a 24-14 game, after Oklahoma had roughed the kicker and missed the field goal, and then Baylor started the second half with a Corey Coleman run. Baylor is blowing Oklahoma out 48-14 and a much more serious consequence in that game. Trevor Knight was carted off the field after being injured. Don't have an update on his status now. Get it to you on SportsCenter, certainly on ABC's coverage of college football. So we'll be back 6:30 Eastern time with Florida State and Virginia. Now, Baylor is rolling. Impressive performance by the Bears so far today.
Very much so. Their non-conference schedule may hurt them, but they're impressive.
Particularly on the road at Oklahoma, Corey Coleman had a great game. Bryce Petty really stepped it up in the second half of this football game. That's what Baylor really needed.
Football going to ABC, Notre Dame and Arizona State. NASCAR Nationwide Series coming your way on ESPN now.
All good things must come to an end, and we are near the end of the 2014 NASCAR Nationwide Series season. Welcome to the Valley of the Sun, Phoenix International Raceway, for the penultimate race of this season. We start with a developing story regarding one of NASCAR's former champions, Kurt Busch. The Dover Police Department is investigating allegations of abuse against his former girlfriend, Patricia Driscoll. The 36-year-old is accused in court documents of both physically and verbally abusing Driscoll, who alleges that after the Dover qualifying in late September, an incident happened. The hearing is scheduled for December 2nd. Busch has not been charged. In court documents obtained by the Associated Press, Driscoll says Busch was very upset after qualifying. The documents say he was verbally abusive to her and said he wished he had a gun so that he could kill himself. Driscoll said Busch called her names and accused her of having spies everywhere and having a camera on the bus to watch him. The documents say he then jumped up, grabbed her face, and smashed her head 3 times against the wall next to the bed. Driscoll claims she pushed Busch away and ran from the bedroom to a nearby bus. She alleges the incident caused her severe pain, difficulty breathing, and bruising on her neck. In those court documents, Driscoll has asked a judge to order Busch to stay away from her and not contact her. She has also asked for Busch to undergo a psychiatric evaluation and be evaluated by a certifying domestic violence treatment agency. Again, no charges have been filed. The Dover Police Department says they remain aware of the allegations on Wednesday, November 5th. Kurt Busch released a statement through his attorney, Rusty Pardon. The Dover Police Department has been informed Mr. Busch will fully cooperate with their investigation, and he expects to be vindicated as the entire situation comes to light. This allegation is a complete fabrication by a woman who has refused to accept the end of a relationship, and Mr. Busch vehemently denies her allegations in every respect. At this time, we intend to have comments in the media out of respect for the Dover Police Department's desire to conduct a thorough investigation without immediate circuits. Again, that is Kurt Busch's attorney, Rusty Pardon. Busch has not made any comments himself this weekend. Busch has remained behind the wheel of the car throughout all of the events this weekend, practice and qualifying. His team says this is an allegation Stewart-Haas Racing takes very seriously. We're still gathering all the facts and are not in a position to comment in greater detail. As for NASCAR, the governing body released a statement on Friday. NASCAR is aware of the investigation involving driver Kurt Busch. We recognize the seriousness of this matter and we are actively gathering information from all parties, including law enforcement authorities and Stewart-Haas Racing. It would be inappropriate for NASCAR to comment further on this matter until we have more information. As of now, there are no plans for a change of driver in the 41 car this weekend. Kurt Busch is scheduled to race in the Sprint Cup Series here Sunday afternoon. Now to the race this afternoon, the second to the last race of the season in the NASCAR Nationwide Series. One driver holds a substantial lead. The championship is not yet a lock. It's 27 points from 5th place Ty Dillon to 2nd place Regan Smith. It's then an additional 48 to 1st place Chase Elliott. There's another race to go after this, but it's entirely possible for Elliott to wrap up the title here today. The first rookie to ever win a title in any of NASCAR's top 3 series. All Elliott has to do is lead this race with a 48-point lead over the 2nd place driver. Keep in mind, each position on the track is worth 1 point in the championship, plus an extra point is handed out for leading a lap. The driver who leads the most laps gets an additional point. Translation, for Regan Smith, it's time for a Hail Mary, Dave Burns.
Don't know if he'll be able to pull that off or not. Always comes to the track to win, but Regan, besides that today, what's on your mind, knowing the points are what they are?
Yeah, obviously it's not insurmountable, but it's pretty close to that at this point. So, we'd like to come out of here today and be sure that we put ourselves in a good position to finish second in Nationwide Insurance Series points and give our friends at Fire Alarm Services who are on the car a good race to watch today. They got a lot of people here, excited to have them all here from Denver. We got some Denver colors on the car, so that's really neat. And, it's been a good year. It appears we might come up a little bit short here when it's all said and done, but if you got to come up short, you're happy it's to a teammate, and we'll work hard to make sure they don't get to celebrate it until next week. We want to postpone the celebration until next week, and that way we don't have to go through 2 of them and do all that stuff. But nonetheless, it's it should be an exciting day, and I feel like we got a good car, and we're gonna work hard for it.
You and I talked this morning about next year, things happening again. You're going for the championship next year. You ran so well this year. Are there things you look at and say,